everybody, welcome back to Crafted by Norma. Hi, today I'm just going to show you a quick way of putting a pen inside your journals. It's something that I've thought about for a while, and with me doing the mini-series I thought that maybe this is the ideal time to have a go at putting a pen or an offering of a pen holder into your stash. So I've just going to make these three just as samples for you. They're quite easy, quite straightforward to make. They're just using some elastic in a card and then a paper clip. Now, to be honest, let me just check the size of the paper clips, because I've gone and ordered some online, and where are we? Let's try and get one that's not stuck together. And not sure how big it is. It's about 2 inches, about 5 centimetres in length. So they're the ones I'm going to be using, and they're not the ones that's got the higgledy-piggledy little lines. They're just the straightforward, straight 2-inch pins. So for this, we're just going to want some scraps of paper, some scraps of card. So I've got some scraps of card I've got left from a couple of the projects I've been working on. So I'll go ahead and show you just a couple, and then you can take it from there yourselves and do it in the style that you're going to want to put into your journal. So these strips are all about the size, ideal size for making these pen holders. So once you've got your piece of card, all we're going to do is just fold it over neatly so the edges meet there. Now, the ideal thing is to make sure that your papers are cut straight. If not, you can trim them at this stage. So there we have a folded piece of card. Dead easy, it's quite simple, quite straightforward. The next, we're going to want to have our piece of elastic. Now, I've been busy making some face masks, so I've got this elastic that's left. I personally think perhaps the 1/2 inch elastic would have been a little bit better, but this one that I've got there is 1 centimetre, or just under 1 centimetre, which is about, I would say, 1/3 of an inch, something like that. And we're just going to cut a piece off that's approximately about 2 inches long, perhaps a bit longer. Yeah, perhaps 2.5, 3 inches. So we're just going to cut a little tiny strip off, like so. And then we're going to want to have a hole in the fold of our card. And to do this, I've got somewhere, oh, where in the world have I put it? Here it is. A crafter's knife. And we're going to want to make a hole approximately halfway in that space there. So I'm going to lean on a piece of plastic card for my sins. So there's our line there, roughly, of the halfway point, and I'm just going to want to put a little tiny thin line about centre, about so, like that, so the elastic can poke through. And then we're going to fold our elastic up, and then we're going to poke it through that little hole. So I've got a pokey tool somewhere, and we're just going to poke it through our hole, like so, and pull it to the depth that we think the pen will quite easily fit into. And that's quite a fat, chunky pen. And then all we're going to do then is fold it out, and what I'm going to do now is just sew across there to keep it in situ. I don't want to glue it, I just want to sew it, because what we're going to do is put the paper clip through the side that we've not sewn, and I don't want any glue on there. So just go to the sewing machine, just bear with me 1 sec. and I've just run some stitches just to secure the piece of elastic inside, and we'll just trim off those little those bits there, cotton bits, because we don't really want those. Okay, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're now going to put some glue. So I'm going to put some glue along the edge there, across and down. I don't want any in the centre there because that's where our paper clip is going to go on the inside, so I don't want any glue there. So for this one, I've been using my Mod Podge for another, which isn't really Mod Podge, it's just a mixture of all sorts of different glues, including Mod Podge somewhere in there. So I'm just going to run it down, the glue down the edge there, this edge here, and then along there. Of course you can use, if you want to, you could use double-sided sticky tape or any other sort of glue that you wanted. Although I prefer not to use double-sided sticky tape because I find it doesn't last very long in the depths of time, and especially when you're going to have this being used going backwards and forwards. Now the next thing we're going to want to decide, where do we want our pen? Do we want our pen to be on this side of the pocket, like so, so it's attached to the book, sort of like that, and the pen's going to be this side, or do we want our pen to be attached this side and be this side of the book? So that's quite crucial. So once you've made your decision, you can move your tag around to be whichever you want, and I'm going to put the backing onto the bit to hide the stitches. So just as I've done on these, the stitches is actually on the other side. So with that, I'm going to have a look at perhaps an image that I quite like and would like to use. That one's quite nice. Would that hide the stitches? No, because the stitches are just showing there. Just showing, so it's a bit too big. Let's have a look, see. Well, that's quite nice. That's quite nice, although it doesn't highlight very well. Oh, this is quite pretty. Oh yeah, I quite like that one. So we're going to use the butterflies. So all I'm going to do now is just get my distress inks, which I know most people have in their stash, and I'm just going to go around the edges just to distress the edges a little bit. And at the same time I'm going to do the same around the edges of my card. There we go. And as I say, you can design these to go with whatever style that your journals are, and you can add to them as much or as little as you want. I'm not a lacy person, but there's no reason why you can't add material, lace, and really make them pretty. But as I say, I'm not really a lacy person. There we go. I'm more really, I suppose, grungy. There we go. So I'm just going to hide that stitch in just like that, and I'll get my grungy cloth. Talking about grungy, somebody hand knitted this for me at Christmas as a gift, and it's been ideal because I don't particularly like using baby wipes. There we go. So we've got one little tag, and to finish it off, all we're going to do now is to go and get our paper clip, and we're going to want to have the smaller end. That smaller end is going to clip behind the piece of elastic, like so, and then that can clip into your book quite easily on whatever page that you're wanting it to go in. So that's that one. Let's have a go at doing another one. If we do a longer one, perhaps, let's do, which one's the longer of these? We'll do this nice long one. So again, we're just going to flip this over, go to the very, very end, get my bone folder, and flatten that down like so. Only this time I'm going to make it more like this one, more like a tag feature. So I'm just going to get my corner punch. Ooh. I love it the way it jumps like a frog. There we go. Ooh. So I've just curved the ends, And here I'm going to just chop off the corners. Now, I don't know who it was that gave this brilliant tip. If you've got an old plastic card, you can cut off the corners. And as you can see there, I've got a short one and a long one. And then you've always got a guide for snipping off your corners on your tags, like so. Rather than trying to struggle holding the little tiny bits, and is it the right way, I find this is really handy. So whoever it was, thank you so much. It was a brilliant idea. So again, we're going to want to make a little hole on the inside. There, so I'm going to get my crafter's knife and just do a little hole big enough in the centre there for my piece of elastic to go through. Get my piece of elastic, fold it over, and then pop that through. It pops out the other end. It's not wanting to pop through the other end. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Pull it through and have it what you think is the size that your pen is going to slot through comfortably, like that. And then we're going to open it out and we're just going to sew those pieces there crossways. Just to secure it down. Like so. And then we're going to glue it along the edges. I've got bits of glue on my fingers still. Making sure that we don't glue in the centre because that's where the pin is going to eventually go. Slot that round nice and tidy and securely. Like so. And again, I'm going to have it that way so my pen is on that side, I think. And then we're going to have a go at putting something that's on there. See, I really do like that Wild Spirit one. Oh yeah, that fits quite nice there, doesn't it? Yep, quite like that one. So again, just go around the edges with some distress inks, like so. And then you've made one that's more like a tag, rather than just a little card. Must get so boring watching people distress paper. Sure it does, but you can always whiz on. There we go. And then I'm just going to glue that on the top like that with my glue, like so. There we go. I'm hoping to go away for a couple of days, just for a mini break, just on my own. Quite like my own company. I think it's got something to do with being an only child, but I will be taking all my crafting bits with me to keep me occupied. So as well as a decent book to read and some crafting bits and pieces to take with me to do while I'm there. Okay, so that's basically it. The world is now your oyster. You can do as many different types, different designs to match whatever journal that you're doing, and there you've got room then for your pen to slot into. I don't know whether your house is like my house, but you can never find a pen when you want it, or a pencil. So just a quick little idea to go in with my mini series of your little pen holders. Do hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully in the next one. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, give me the thumbs up, and if you want to give me a comment, I'm quite happy to take comments. And thank you so much, and I'll see you again at Crafted by Norma. Bye.